Hey guys, it's RodimusPrimal. I am back with another video, and today we have got some news when it comes down to Transformers Cyberverse and the next two specials. We also have some reveals for more Generation Selects, and I know not a lot of people are not so happy about them, but we do have some official images, and we're going to take a look at them. So without further ado, let's sit back, relax, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and let's transform and roll out. Consider supporting the channel on Patreon, becoming a channel member, or purchasing some merch on my spring store today. Okay, so the first bit of Transformers news that I want to talk to you guys about today is with Transformers Cyberverse. Now, I know some of you guys really enjoyed the series, and some of you guys are like, it's a little too kiddie for me, and that's understandable. But we do know that the next two TV specials, which is going to encapsulate what they're going to be calling Season 4 for Transformers Cyberverse, is going to be airing exclusively on Netflix instead of being on Cartoon Network or on their official YouTube channel for Transformers. You'll be able to actually watch it on Cyberverse. And the two TV specials, they did give summaries for them a little while back, but we do know that one of them is going to have to do with the Dinobots. And what are the Dinobots going to be doing there? So it's going to be more than just Grimlock, who has been a mainstay in Transformers Cyberverse. And they're going to be revisiting the Transformers Energon, Power Link, or the Super Link as a gimmick. And they are going to be giving us 2 packs that transform and combine. They're calling them Cyberverse Roll and Combine figures. And they are going to have Bumblebee and Swoop, and they're going to have Megatron and Slug, or Slag. The first one here you have is Swoop with Bumblebee, and the combination for them is Bumble Swoop, which is a ridiculous name if you ask me. And the combination of the two of them, this is what you see. And then you have Megatron and Slug, and they don't look that really good, to be quite honest with you. And their combined form is a little on the weird side. But some people are like, hey, you know what? I dig it. I like the idea behind these combining Transformers, and a lot of people do like the Cyberverse toys. I don't think that they're necessarily something that I would go and get, but it is kind of cool that they are doing a toy line specifically for those specials, and you can expect to see that later this year. Now, while that news is a little bit dated, I know that there has been a couple of other things that I've been taking care of, and that also includes covering a redeco for this guy that was revealed last week. And this, of course, is Inferno for Kingdom. And the one thing I do want to say about the figure in and of itself, the Inferno figure is great. They actually fixed the knobs themselves that on Grapple does have longer things to connect to when in vehicle mode, which some people have had a problem with and have broken during transformation. And I actually sanded mine down just to make sure that my Grapple doesn't break, but they actually fixed it on Inferno. And I will say Inferno is a great figure, but much like Grapple, he does need the add-on kit to fill in some of the gaps. That is something that it's just something that I wish that they had done in particular. But if you're not familiar with the Transformers manga, which I did do a review on earlier this year, I think it was, or was later. It was last year that Volume 2 came out, and I still have to get Volume 3. But in particular, they have a redeco of Inferno and a redeco of Jazz. So maybe we might see a Studio Series 86 redeco of Artfire and Stepper. And Stepper was renamed Ricochet when he was re-released in the US, and both of them are Targetmasters. Now, here's the thing. In Japan, Cyclonus and Scourge, much like the other 86 Autobots, did not become Targetmasters like you saw in the Rebirth, and instead, those same two Targetmaster figures that came with Cyclonus and Scourge went with Inferno and Jazz, as, of course, Artfire and Ricochet, or Stepper, right? So we have our first official images of Generation Select's Artfire. And you can see, of course, he is a straight redeco of Inferno, and he comes with blast effects in addition to a Targetmaster partner called Nightstick. Now, the differences between this Nightstick and the Nightsticks that transforms with Cyclonus is that this one is a straight robot, whereas Cyclonus is partnered with a Nebulan Decepticon partner named Nightstick, whereas this one, of course, is with the Autobot. And the colors are different, I believe. So that is one of the main differences, of course. And I do like this redeco. I think the redeco does look cool. I like the white to break up some of the red and the black on the legs, and the white on the chest as well. And in vehicle mode, he looks cool. The only thing is that he doesn't have a place to put, Nightstick in vehicle mode that is kind of neat. There's not going to be a place for you to be able to put him. But other than that, the figure does look cool. Is it something that I want to get for myself? Probably not. But for some people, like they really like Ricochet, and they also like Artfire, and it is kind of cool because the figure of Inferno is a really good figure. I do recommend getting Grapple. I know he's been shelf warming in some places still, so if you can get your hands on Grapple, do that as well. But Artfire is good for collectors as well. I think that he is an online exclusive. He's not only on Amazon. He's not only on, I think Hasbro's Generations, like it's not just on Hasbro Pulse. You will be able to get it. I know I'll have a link in the description, at least for Entertainment Earth, be able to get him for Artfire. And I know this news did come a little bit late, and that is also because I was working on some of my other videos. But I do have here Airazor, which I still have in the package, and I still have to get her. And I've also customized my Siege Sideswipe with Toy Hacks labels, with non-F parts, with a little bit of paint to get rid of the battle damage and what have you, to give him an Earth mode. Well, it seems that these two figures are also getting redecoed and retooled into something else as well. And that is the Kingdom Battle Across Time Deluxe Earth Mode Sideswipe and Maximal Skywarp. And taking a look at them both, they look cool. I will say that. The biggest thing is, if you're not familiar with who Skywarp is and why that we're getting a redeco of Airazor as something else, this particular toy was actually part of a 3-pack back in Beast Wars, was released in the US originally as Silverbolt in a 3-pack that merged to form Magnaboss, which is something that I covered in my Silverbolt video if you've not already seen it. And in that Silverbolt video, I covered the fact that they called him Skywarp in Japan because the character is a different character. And Sideswipe in particular, I really dig this retool overall. It's kind of like one of those things where, like, if you already have Siege Sideswipe, like the actual Sideswipe, not necessarily the redecos, then you're kind of you're going to be on the fence about this one. Both of them look good with their weapons. I'm glad that they actually gave Sideswipe his proper blaster as well as his shoulder cannon. But again, I think the non-F parts for the blaster and the shoulder cannon are a lot better. And it seems that they're going to have to come out with a new thing for the spoiler, which I have here. And they've also retooled this toy as well as both Red Alert and as Gigawatt, which I did do a review on. I have yet to open up Airazor. And but Skywarp does look cool. I do like the color schemes. It breaks up the colors a little bit better in some places, but in other places I'm like, it's almost too much white. But I'm more disappointed at the fact that this is a combiner who is not getting the combiner form. So we're not going to see Magnaboss in the Kingdom toy line, but we're going to see a representation of it by having Maximal Skywarp. A closer look at Sideswipe in robot mode, it reveals a lot of the changes that have been made. You can already see that the chest is different. In Eagle mode, I think this still looks like a falcon. It doesn't scream eagle to me. And I know that it has to do with the colors that make it look like an eagle, but the head itself is more like a falcon than it is an actual eagle, and Skywarp being a bald eagle, you're kind of like, I kind of want the bird to look a little bit more accurate. I would have liked it if they retooled the head slightly to look a little bit more like an eagle, but overall it still looks good color wise. In car mode, Sideswipe does shine quite a bit here. You can see the extra tooling that they did for that chest, and they've also tooled the back there to be more of an earth mode. It kind of reminds me a lot of Sunstreaker. I already have Earthrise Sunstreaker, and a lot of people are like, I wanted the Earth mode for Sideswipe. I skipped on Earth mode. I skipped on Siege Sideswipe just for this. So if you do want to get your hands on Sideswipe, this would be it. The only problem is that it doesn't have a spoiler, very much like the Siege toy did not, and my Siege toy does have a spoiler add-on piece, but it doesn't seem like it uses the same connectors. So it seems that the people who, so Non-F, I believe, made the spoiler for this, are going to have to do some adjustments in order for you to be able to get a spoiler on Earth mode's Sideswipe. And the actual hood is different. So if you notice, the hood for this is a little bit more Cybertronian, so to speak, and it doesn't have necessarily a blue, windshield. But I'm cool with this. To me, I'm all right with this. I am not really jumping at the bit for an Earth mode Sideswipe, but some people who missed out on the opportunity to get Sideswipe in the first place should be all over this. And if you're sitting there saying, well, I don't really care about the other character, well, make them cannon fodder. What can I tell you? Or some people might actually be all about just the Skywarp, but the fact that he's not a combiner already puts him as a negative in my book. But this one in particular, I do like it a little bit more than this, but it doesn't justify for the amount of money that I've already placed into this. But I want to know what you guys think about this Transformers news. Of course, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe. Check out my other Transformers videos as well. I have plenty more Transformers discussions, news, retrospectives, and toy reviews coming down the pipeline. So stay tuned for all of that. And as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.